Welcome to Amya channel. Today we are starting relation and function part 4, where we are going to study transitive relations, antisymmetric relations, and then equivalence relations. So back to back we are going to study the part of relations and what type of questions are coming in exam for from this chapter. Okay, so I already told you 2 to 3 marks or 4-mark question will be coming, not more than that marks will be coming from this chapter. Function more questions are coming, but here if we want total 100 means we cannot leave 1-mark question also. So my strategy is go through with entire thing. The 12th exam, maths exam is very important. It is not like I will get 70, 75, it is enough. No, full 100 means 100, and that means good colleges, many colleges are there they can join you in this by your score. So there it will be very easy for you to show your score and get admission. Fine. So maths score is very, very important if you are going for maths. Computer also. So now let's start the class. Fine. Transitive relation. Till now, how many types of relation we have studied? First, we have studied void relation. Then we have studied universal relation. Then we have studied reflexive relation. Then we have studied symmetric relation, identity relation. So 5 relations are back to back over. Okay. Now we are going to study transitive relation. What is exactly transitive relation is? So one by one, we will see transitive relation. First work is we will understand it in simple way. Then we will understand how they have written in word form. So take a set A. In the set, we will take element 1, 2, 3. Fine. Now, A cross A will be what? A cross A will have how many elements? Who will say the answer? A cross A will have how many elements? Vishika, 9 elements. Correct. Harish, 9 elements. Very good. So 2, 1. Pratika, 9 elements. Anish, 9 elements. Super. Maheshwar, 9 elements. Super. Everyone, all of you are correct only. Total exactly 9 elements will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elements. Now, if 1 will be 1 comma 2 will be relation, 2 comma 3 will be in relation, then 1 comma 3 must be in relation. Okay, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 1 to 3. Listen, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3. So 1, 2, 2, 3 means this cancel, that last 3, 1, 3 will be there. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, that means 1 to 3. I repeat, A to B, B to C, that is A to C. Again, A to B, B to C, A to C. This strategy you must remember. Okay. Again, I'm telling 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 1 to 3. Understood? So again, one more time, if we will see 3 to 4 belongs to R, 4 to 5 belongs to R. That means tell me which one will be belonging to R for transitive relation. Very good. Very good, Harish, Maheshwal, Vishika, very good. You are so fast. Super. Anish, Pritika, all of you are correct. 3, 5. That means it will be belonging to 3, 5. What happened, Farhana? Shyam, answer beta. Morning, be very attentive, answer all the questions. Correct. If you will keep on typing, sleep will not come, and you will be attentive and you will learn also, because this is 12th. 11th is totally different. 12th, you have to understand each and every point. Okay, 3, 5. So this is the case for transitive. This is case for transitive. Okay, this is exactly the example, simplest example I have shown you, with the help of which we can understand any level question. With this, we can understand any level question. Trust me, with this, we can understand any level question. So get ready, everyone. Yuvashri, answer the questions, beta. Fine. Now see here, transitive condition. What transitive condition they have given? They said that A is any set. Now relation R on a set A is transitive. If A comma B belongs to R, A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R. That is, now B and B I am cancelling. What is coming? A comma C also belongs to R. For all A, B, C belongs to A. That is what now, with the example, we have understood that A was containing 1, 2, 3 element. Okay. Then we saw 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 1 to 3. And total 1, 2, 3 both were belonging to A. So one example is enough to understand the nature of transitive relation. Okay. Now, next one is examples. Now, MCQ questions, which pattern MCQ questions will come? Illustration examples are very important to understand the behavior of transitive relation. And one more important thing is that they may give this as MCQ. Okay. So must remember these points. Now, first, last class we have discussed now. We started with reflexive. We understood that identity relation and universal relations were reflexive. Then you told auntie, identity was not only one, identity was the reflexive identity, and universal was also satisfying symmetric relation. Over. Now what about transitive relation? Then we can say that identity and universal relation on a non-void set are transitive also, are transitive also. So this important point, please remember. So till now, three different type of relations are exactly coming and satisfied by identity and universal relation. So universal relation will be having a complete subsets. So since complete subsets are inside universal relation, that means complete subsets are inside universal relation. That means it will be reflexive also, it will be symmetric also, it will be transitive also. Identity will also be always reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Reflexive, symmetric, transitive. If you will have any doubt, you see previous video, yesterday's video, which I have given you in your group. So that video you will be able to understand that. Yesterday also we have taken a symmetric and transitive, where both identity and universal relation, reflexive. Now today we have understood transitive also is having satisfied by identity and universal relation. So both identity and universal relation, when it is non-void, non-void means non-empty, it will be transitive also. Okay. Now last class we were talking about, okay beta, transitive relation. Pritika is asking a question that auntie, how identity relation is transitive? Fine. How identity relation is transitive? Your question is very much apt. Now look here beta. When you are writing identity relation 1 1, 2 2 and 3 3. Now look here beta. This is identity relation. Identity relation of A. Now look here beta. 1 comma 1 is itself everything to satisfy. Now look here beta. 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1. Cancel. Again 1 comma 1 is coming, and that is 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 is exactly satisfying. Beta, when you are saying that A comma A, that means what? Again another A will start. And if nothing is there, then A will be coming. And nothing there means finally if you will cancel it also, then to A comma A will come. So it is automatically identity relation. I hope you might have understood this. Okay, so all the identity relations are exactly satisfying, or they will be exactly considered as transitive relation. Because repeated me and myself, when me and myself part will be coming, at that very moment, me and myself, whatever elements were there, they will become transitive also. They are already reflexive, and they will be symmetric also. Because if I am writing 1 comma 1, then this one will come here again 1 comma 1. So here 1 comma 2 when you are writing, and 2 comma 1, then only this 2 and 2 1 will be coming now. But when you are writing 1 comma 1, then next element will be 1 comma 1 only. Next element will be 1 comma 1. That's why identity very nicely satisfying all, reflexive also, symmetric also, and transitive also. I hope you might have understood. Everyone, if you have understood, just quickly say yes, 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 understood. Okay. Super. Pritika told she understood. Everyone, Vishika, Maheshwal, very good. Super. Very good, beta. Yuvashri is telling she understood. Harnibala understood, beta. Farhana, Harish, Harnibala, Anish, everyone understood. Super. Hani understood, beta. Sham understood. Super. Good. Very good, beta. So everyone in morning be very active and try and understand the next important point. See, second illustration, beta, because you are not going for 10th exam, it is 12th, and maths specifically in 12th deals with very in-depth information. It's not like a teacher will tell this will come and it will come. No, we do research every year and we have to understand what level questions CBSE is asking. So in our hand, what is there is full on preparation. Okay, so be active and answer all the questions. Next question, relation R on set n of all natural number defined by xy related to R, that is x divides y. For all x divides xy is belonging to n is transitive. Is it true? Is it transitive? Is it transitive? Anyone tell me, is it transitive? Because beta, I'm not a fool. I have started with where, from where, when I will take you to equivalence relation na, you will start answering the question fast. So that's why I'm teaching you this part in general, very much in details. Let x y z belongs to natural number. What is there is set of natural number we are taking. One more time I'm explaining. See this illustration very nicely. One more time I'm explaining this part. That is exactly what they are telling, that relation R on set n of natural number defined by xy belongs to R implies and implied by x divides y for all xy belongs to set of natural number is transitive. Is it actually transitive? Because beta, if xy will be belonging to R, condition for relation is, see, I'll take simple example, but first understand condition for relation is x divides y. That means y is divided by x. Then definitely z will be divided by y. If z is divided by y, that means what you have to say, that x also divides z, because y and y will get cancelled. Is it possible every time? Is it possible for set of all natural numbers? Okay, let's see one simple example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all are natural number. Listen to me very nicely because I'm going to give you one example. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all are natural numbers. Okay, now 4 is divided by 2. Okay, 4 is divided by 2. Now 4 divides 16 or 8. Will 2 be able to divide it? Say yes or no. Will 2 be able to divide it? Yes, yes, Harish, Vishika, everyone is correct. Super. So it is going to divide. Now take another one, because why we are Maheshwal, Anish, everyone is telling yes, auntie, it is going to divide. Now, because we are not going to satisfy with this only, we will be going one step more forward. We will be seeing about 6 and 3. Okay. Will 12 be able to divide 6? Will 12 be able to get divided by 3? Yes, it is. This is what they are telling. Now, is it easy to understand? Is it easy to understand that they gave set of natural numbers is there? If one natural number divides the another natural number, then second natural number will be dividing the other natural number. That means y divides z. That means also finally x will also divide. That means implies and implied by x divides z. That means x comma z is also belonging to R. Understood? Farhana, Pritika, Harni, Bala, everyone understood this point, beta? That is, one more time I'm telling, if y is divided by x, then y will also divide z. So cut this, which one is coming 2 times. That means z should also be divided by x, which is actually we have seen it is coming. Okay, so let us take one more number. We will take 4. 8 is divided by 4. 8 can divide 24 also. Will 4 be capable of dividing 24? Yes. Very good. Very good. Very, very, very good. So I hope you might have understood. So this illustration is one of a very important part of question answer session. So that I will not discuss right now. It will be a waste of time. We have to go to the next point now. See, they have given, yes, it is dividing, and since it is dividing, it is a transitive relation. Okay, set of natural numbers, when it will be dividing, it will be a transitive relation. But beta, instead of natural number, if any other number will be there, integer will be there, positive, negative integer, or real number will be there, rational number will be there, then we will think once, we will see some examples, and then we will say it is transitive or not. Okay, so it is very important to see which set of numbers are exactly coming and whose Cartesian product is there and relation is satisfying that Cartesian products or not. Okay, means those Cartesian product elements are satisfying the relations or not. I repeat once, you have to see, is it either a set of natural number or set of whole number or integers or rational numbers or real numbers, whatever type is there, rational numbers, real numbers, whatever is there, accordingly we have to see it will be transitive or not. Okay, so we have to see the condition and then we have to answer. It's not like for natural number, if it is satisfying, it will satisfy for others also. Okay, so all conditions you have to see once and then you have to respond according to the condition. So now we will see next part of illustration. Okay, they're telling about x is less than y. Because transitive is very difficult, reflexive is easy, symmetric is easy, transitive will definitely take time to what you call find. So you have to be very particular about transitive specifically. Okay, now next illustration is on set of natural number, the relation defined x is related to y. This is not a very big deal. X related y means nothing but xy belongs to relation. X is related to y, nothing means xy belonging to relation. That means x is less than y is transitive, because for all x, y, z belongs to natural number, if x is less than y is less than z, then automatically x is less than z. Is it a very typical thing to understand? It is just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are exactly belonging to set of natural number. I am saying 2 is less than 3. Then you will say, auntie, 2 is less than 3 means relation is telling x comma y is there. It is belonging to relation such that X is less than Y. It is the case of relation where XY belongs to natural number. Okay, so that means an element is there which is belonging to rational number, but condition for this element is the X will always be less than Y. X will always be less than Y. So, okay, so we will see 2 comma 3. We will take those elements from A cross A or B cross B, A cross B, which is first one is smaller than the second one. First one is smaller than the second one. Now look here. Here 2 is less than 3. Then you will say, auntie, then 3 is also less than 6. Then I will say if 2 is less than 3, 3 is less than 6, then 100% 2 is less than 6. Is it so? Yes or no? Tell me. This condition will be transitive. Yes or no? Yes, Vishika is telling, Pritika is telling, Anish is telling, Maheshwal is telling yes. Everyone is telling yes. It is exactly. Harish is telling yes. Farhana, Harni Bala, beta understood. Yuva Shri understood this point, beta. Yuva. Very good. Harni Bala, Yuva Shri, everyone is telling yes. So beta, when this set of natural number will be there, one number lesser than the other number, then other number will be less than other number, then automatically the first number will always be less than the last one. So definitely it is a transitive relation. So illustration, we have understood that identity relation, universal relations will always be transitive. Second important point about set of natural number, dividing section we have understood. Third one, we have understood that when exactly numbers will be smaller in comparison to the other number, they will also satisfy transitive condition. They will also satisfy transitive condition. Okay, so now let's go to next point. This point is bit very important, which I want you to understand. Illustration number 4. But illustration number 4 says that S is a set of non-void set, R is a relation. Now power set of S. Last class also one power set related question came. Now look here, beta. Together they are asking this condition in equivalence. Okay, so this power set separately once you will be doing, it will be helping you. So S is a non-void set and R is a relation defined on power set of S. Then AB is belonging to R. That means A is a subset of B. For all AB belongs to power set of S. Okay, then R is transitive relation on P or P of S. Because A, B, C are subsets of power set S. Subsets of power set of S. Then A is a subset of B. B is a subset of C. That means A is a subset of C. Then you will be seeing auntie speaking in which language, I'm not understanding. So let's see how to solve this part. So we must understand subset also, power set also. So let A be a set containing two elements. What is the power set of A? 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now take this as C set. Okay. C is exactly, C set is containing 1. Now take this as D and take 5 as E. The definitely 5 is empty set. Empty set is a subset of every set. So E is a subset of C. C is a subset of D. Then empty set will 100% be subset of D. Tell me yes or no. Remember one more time, remember that power set section. Power set section, all these elements will be exactly present inside. These elements are subsets. Okay. Maheshwal is telling yes. Yuvashri is telling yes. They have understood this point. Hannibal is telling yes. Vishika is also understanding this point. She is telling yes. Harish is telling yes. Anish understood beta. Farhana understood. Farhana is telling yes. She understood. Okay, very good. Shyam is understanding. He told yes, he understood. Anish, very good beta. So exactly this is that condition they are telling. So subsets are also satisfying. Power set condition. Keep this key point. Power set condition satisfied reflexive. Power set condition has satisfied this transitive also. Okay. So we have to see this type of examples which will help us for equivalence. Okay. So empty belonging to C. C is having element which is exactly present inside D, then definitely E is a subset of D, and it is a case of transitive, because if you are writing EC, CD, then CC you cancel. E is also coming with D. It is a case of transitive relation. So I hope my children understood this part also. Understood na beta? Easy. With these examples, beta, don't see book examples always. You see the conditions what book has given. So whatever important parts are this relation sections, your target should be this sections, this relation sections, this target is there and it is coming according to the condition. Okay, so take simple example and try and understand. Now last illustration here, illustration 1 and 2, congruence modulo. Congruent 2 is also very important. Triangle congruency question I will solve. At that time it will be helping us. Okay, now tell me, three parallel lines are there, infinite parallel lines are there. Okay, we will name it as L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6, L7, L8. Okay, now tell me beta, L1 is parallel to L2. Then you will say, auntie, only L1 is not parallel to L2. L2 is parallel to L4, auntie. L2 is parallel to L4, auntie. You will say, na, L2 is parallel to L4. Then I will say, if L2 is parallel to L4, that means L1 is also parallel to L4. Yes or no? Tell me, beta. That means in case of parallel lines, it will 100% be transitive, because you take any three parallel lines. If one is parallel to second, second is parallel to third, then automatically first will be parallel to fourth, third also. Yes or no? Tell me. That means transitive condition is satisfied. Vishiga, Anish, Pritika, Maheshwal, everyone is telling, Shyam is telling, yes, it is true. So beta, you have to understand these illustrations. These illustration I have not given you for forgetting. This illustration you have to remember for forward questions, means whatever questions will come in future, for that questions you have to remember these illustrations, and that time I don't want you to waste time. Just think, okay, that was there, so this is possible. Okay, so all parallel lines are transitive, all parallel lines are symmetric, all parallel lines are reflexive, all parallel lines are set of parallel lines, reflexive also, symmetric also, transitive also. So in exam, if they will say set of parallel lines is there, is it equivalence? You will say it is equivalence, because it is reflexive also, symmetric also, transitive also. Okay, three important condition in equivalence. Equivalence relation is that relation, like Khushbu auntie is having tuition, in that some students are there. Okay, in that some students, Shyam is there, Harish is there, Vishiga is there, Harni Bala is there, Pritika is there, all these children are there with Khushbu auntie. So if I will say that I'm having all the three students, all of them in this batch, Maheshwal is there in this batch, Vishika is there, Yuvashri is there, all these children are there in this batch, that means Sadab is there in this batch. So all these children are coming from 12th. All these are coming from 12th. That means Sadab can be equal to herself. So all students can match to their self. They are reflexive. Okay, symmetric. If Sadab can be in 12, Farhana is also in 12. For that means Farhana is in 12, Sadab is also in 12. So it is coming as symmetric. Now, if Sadab and Farhana is in 12, Farhana and Vishiga is in 12, then Sadab and Vishiga is also in 12. Transitive. And if these three conditions are satisfied, it is totally called as equivalence. It is called as what? Equivalence. Till now, we have seen many illustrations. In illustrations, we have seen reflexive, symmetric, transitive. All three were satisfied by identity relation and universal relation. Identity relation and universal relation. So that is also satisfying the equivalence section. So right now, whatever I am telling, once we will solve it, you will understand it. Now you have understood something or not? About parallel condition, about equivalence relation, what I told. Equivalence, understand one thing, and that is, that one thing is that, tell me, reflexive, symmetric, transitive. What are the three coming in one equivalence relation? Reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Okay, very good, Anish. Reflexive, symmetric, transitive. These three ones come together, it is called as equivalence. Then your next question will be, Auntie, if any one of the three will fail, in case a relation is symmetric also, transitive, but it is not reflexive, then will be called as equivalence? No. Equivalence means all the three should be equally satisfied. Equivalence means all the three should be equally satisfied. If all the three will be relation, then only it will be equivalence. If any one of them will fail, it will not be called as equivalence. I hope my children understood this part. Yes, Pritika is telling. Super, beta. You just have to listen. Vishika is telling yes. Everyone tell me fast. Anyone is having doubt till here? Harish is telling yes. Everyone tell me. Maheshwal is telling yes. Beta, you have to understand, because if you are not understanding, I have to explain it one more time. It's 12th standard. No doubt. Super. Yuvash is telling yes, auntie understood. Super. Beta, you are making my day. Morning itself, you are responding so nicely. Now comes congruent section. Congruent section. Now, beta, we will not see question. We will try to answer on our own. Okay. Now, set of congruent triangles are there. Triangles are there. We will take set of triangles, not congruent. Set of triangles. So think about, imagine in your brain, inside a set, more type of triangles are there. Many type of triangles are there. A set is containing all different type of triangles. Now, without solving, we have to prove it. It is congruence. It is satisfying the relation of congruency. Then how to satisfy it? Now we are in a state to do, without seeing question, we can answer. Now look here, how without seeing question, we can answer. Let S be a set of, S be a set of triangles. Okay. Now relation can be, when a relation can be reflexive. Now beta, you know that a triangle can be congruent to itself. Every triangle is congruent to itself. Okay, so S is containing different type of triangles. Triangle 1, triangle 2, triangle 3, triangle 4. So definitely triangle 1 will be congruent to triangle itself. Say yes or no. Every triangle is congruent to itself. So we can say triangle, this one is belonging to relation. Triangle 1 can be congruent to itself. Every triangle is congruent to itself. So when every triangle is congruent to itself, it is 100% reflexive. Now talk about two different type of triangle. If triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2, and both triangle 1 and triangle 2, that means what? Triangle 1, triangle 2 will be belonging to relation. Okay, this element will be belonging to relation. Then beta, tell me, if triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2, then triangle 2 will automatically be congruent to triangle 1. Why? Because in congruency, corresponding sides and angles all are equal. Yes or no? You remember case of congruency. Two triangles are called congruence if corresponding angles and sides will be equal. Yes or no? So if triangle 1 and triangle 2 are congruent, that means one, triangle 2 will automatically be congruent to triangle 1. So also triangle 2 will be congruent to triangle 1. That means triangle 2 and triangle 1 also belongs to relation. So it is what type of relation now? Triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2, symmetric. Correct, Pritika? It is triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2. Triangle 2 is congruent to triangle 1. Because now they both are equal triangles only. Okay. Now, will it be transitive? Will it be transitive? That means 3 triangles are there. All these 3 triangles belongs to set of triangles. Now, triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2. Triangle 2 is congruent to triangle 3. Then will triangle 1 be congruent to triangle 2? 100%. Yes, Farhana. Harish. It will be transitive. Hanibala, Harish, everyone, Pratika, everyone is telling that yes, it will be transitive. Vishika is telling yes, beta. That means what? Without seeing a question, you have solved. Can you understand the level of your understanding? That without seeing a question, and you know what? This question already came in CBSE. That set of triangles, will it be equivalence? Now, is it equivalence? Yes, because it is satisfying reflexive also, satisfying symmetric also, and satisfying transitive also. Okay, again we will rejoin, so get ready for rejoining also. So that means we have understood transitive condition, symmetric condition, and reflexive condition. But beta, one special condition is there. Sometimes in MCQs they are asking this special condition, and this special condition is called as antisymmetric. Okay, antisymmetric relation. Antisymmetric relation is typical. Sometimes it confuses students because it is opposite to symmetry. No, people